Hello, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Introduction to Automation using Make.com. I think this is the third class, and if you can hear me, you can just say something in the chat. Probably just tell me where you're joining me from, and then if you've been able to practice all that we've done in the last few days, just say something in the chat before we get into it. Um, so welcome, welcome. Just say hello in the chat. I need to be sure that you can hear me loud and clear, and then I'll proceed. Okay, I think you can hear me, right? Okay, from the monitor here, you can hear me. So welcome the people that are joining. So welcome back to AI automation using make.com. Like I said earlier, this is the third class. And I said something in one of my videos that today we are going to be looking at how to automate our social media posts. Maybe you are a social media whatever. Maybe that's what you do in your office. You help the company post daily news, or you do all those stuff on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, um, and all other social media platforms. Welcome, Abdul. And you want to help yourself. Okay, so we want to set up an automation to get the information from wherever you want it to come from, and then you plug it in into your Facebook, into your Instagram. You set up the flow and say every morning by 7 a.m. do the posting, or every day, or 3 times a day, or 4 times a day, or 5 times a day. You can say this is what I really want to do, and that is what we'll be doing today. Okay, so I'll be using the same tool that we'll be using, make.com. Okay, so just sign into your make.com and you'll be fine. And for the person joining for the first time, yes, there is no problem. You're welcome. You will still be able to do everything that we set out to do. So there's no problem. You're welcome. You're fine. Just join us. You'll still be able to do everything that we'll be doing. So what we're learning is automation using make.com. So if you do not have account with make.com at the moment, just go to make.com, make.com, and then you can sign up for free. So far, so good. I will be using the free account to show you, so that you won't say, hey, maybe because I have premium account, maybe that is why I'm able to do what I want to do. Your free account can still do 1,000 flow for free, okay? And if you enjoy it, or you want to do it for people, you want to set up flow for businesses, then you can as well charge them and all that, or change your account from the free version to the premium version. So I'm kind of increasing my zoom here so that you'll be able to see clearly what I have. Okay, so welcome Oluwalogbon, Mufasali, Phillips, Adelani. So welcome every one of you for joining. Okay, so I'll just get into it. We are on make.com here. I have an account, so I want to create a scenario. When you log into make.com, you will land somewhere here. And like I said in the previous videos, you've got templates here. So let me just, in 1 minute, go through the template for you to see what I'm talking about. You've got templates here, and in the templates, you have several templates you can modify, several templates that you can use the way they are, depending on what operation you want to perform. For example, you want to generate ChatGPT from Google Sheets rows. Maybe you are yes, you're working for a company, or you sell clothes, and then you have a list of topics you want to post on in your Excel sheet or your Google Sheets. Maybe you already have like 20 rows there, and then you want ChatGPT to be picking the rows one by one and then come up with content on each of the rows, regardless of what you want. So that is this here. You have many templates here, many templates that you can start from here just to understand how to use Make. And you have scenarios there where you can create your own scenario. To create a scenario, the first thing you need to do is to understand the business workflow. So if you're creating it for an organization, for a company, for a startup, for whatever, you want to sit down with them and say, what are those things that you want to automate? Understand the flow. Once you are able to understand the flow, then you will be able to create the scenario to solve their problem. Tonight, or this morning, or this afternoon, wherever you're joining us from, we will automate our social media posts. We will focus on Facebook and Instagram for today. At the same time, you should post to Facebook, you should post to Instagram. While posting to Instagram, you should not just post text, you should post text and then add image to the text. That one will go to Instagram. The text alone, even with hashtag, should go to Facebook. So in the scenarios here, I want to click on create a new scenario. So I'm creating a new scenario from scratch. Okay, so that's what we want to do. And let me paint the scenario for you. Let me paint the scenario of what we want to do, because when you understand what we want to do, you will really know why I'm doing what I'm doing. And here is the scenario. I want a situation whereby my initial module will be Perplexity. And why am I using Perplexity? You know, Perplexity has what we call a news feature. So you can grab news from Perplexity on different topics every day. Somebody added a comment to one of my videos, and the person said, where do you get your AI daily news? I said, you know what? I've got automation in place. Scrub the web, look for news on different things around AI, and then give it to me. Adelani is saying it's breaking up. I'm not sure it's from my end. Okay, it's breaking. Let me just change my microphone here. Okay, is it better now? Let me check my monitor here. Not sure it's from my end. Let me check. Um, let me check it. I think it's fine from here. Okay. Anyways, let me continue. So I said the scenario is this. I want. I'm already playing my video somewhere here. Okay. All right. So I said we are starting with Perplexity, and this is how Perplexity works. I want to scrub the web. I want Perplexity to look for news on a particular topic that I'm interested in. So this will be in line with what you want to be posting on your pages, what you want to be posting on your pages, and all that. We'll start from Perplexity. Thank you, Mofasali. So it's not from my end. All right. So it will get the news from Perplexity. The news from Perplexity, I want to take it back to ChatGPT, and I want ChatGPT to flesh it up and write it in a particular format. You know, once the news has been completed in ChatGPT, then I want to split it into two different places. I want to switch it into two different places, one for Facebook, one for Instagram. I want to decide on how many words should go into Facebook, how many words should go into Instagram. So this is why I'm splitting it. So that is what I really want to do. Mufasa is saying the mic is good from my end, so I guess probably it's not from me. And yeah, okay, this is like from everybody off again. Let me just okay. Let me know if that has changed now. I've switched microphone. So just look at my screen now. I'm starting with Perplexity. So I'll click on add a module, and I want to pick Perplexity. So I'm choosing Perplexity here, and I want to create a chart completion. So I want to create a chart completion. Okay, so I pick create a chart completion, and you should know that the next thing is to connect to your Perplexity account. Okay, I have done that here already, but if you don't know how to do this, you will click on add, and then you will look for your Perplexity's API key. To get your Perplexity's API key, you will go to Perplexity and then sign up for free. Again, if you want to be doing more work there, you will need to subscribe and all that. Okay, but I'm on Perplexity. I will get my API key and then I will use that to connect. So I'll use that to connect on make.com. Not sure it's from my hand. I don't know. Ah, the network is kind of okay here, but the recording will be there. I'll just continue. So from Perplexity, you will be able to get your API key. I'm coming. Yeah, it's yeah. The network is very very okay here. I'm having like 49 Mbps here, so not from my end. So you get your Perplexity API for Perplexity, and then you use that to connect to make.com. You paste your API key here and then you save. So that's how to connect. But I have done my own connection, so I will just leave it there. Then you choose a model. You can choose any of these models. So don't let us spend a lot of time on that. Choose a model. Where we're going next is messages. So what do you want when we talk about messages? How do you want Perplexity to work? So that is the message here. What do you want to add as a message? So the first thing is I'll click on add item. And under add item, I have content. The content will now be, oh, I want you to act as something. Oh, I want you to be something. Oh, I want you to be to act as a, I don't know, the comment is kind of distracting. But I'm monitoring on my own thing. It's kind of okay. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Okay. So the content will be what do you want? So for example, I want to say you are a tech content creator. Mhm. Who loves sharing breaking news on, I'll just do anything on sharing, okay, breaking news on automation. Okay, so this is what I want. You are a tech content creator who loves sharing breaking news on automation. That's what I want. So I want to say find daily news on automation. So I want to put that there. Find daily news on automation. Okay, I said find daily news on automation. I put a full stop there. And I said today is, what is today's date? I want to tell it that today is today. I will want you to tell me what happened yesterday. So I'm saying today is, I'm adding a dynamic data here. And if you look at what I have here, I have functions, get, I have so many things there. And here also I've got calendar here. So if I pick calendar, I can say today's day is 24, or I can set a day and say go and do something on a particular day. But the variable I want to use is now. So I'm saying today is now. So go and look for something that is happening now. That's what I want to put in the content. Then what is the role? This is for the system. So the system should see itself as a content creator Please, Austin, I don't know. Please just stop the comment is distracting. I get it. So I'm not sure there's anything I want to do about that right now. So I'll just go on. Maybe you go over the recording or something. So the role is saying system. That means the system should see itself as a content creator. Then I want to also say yes, the user text, meaning anybody that is dropping a text, what do I want it to now do? The first part is just see yourself as a content creator. The second part will now be what I want you to do. Okay, so I want to say, find out what happened yesterday. I want daily news. Maybe I want this to go out every morning. Then that means I will need the news that happened yesterday. So in the morning, it will give me all that must have happened yesterday. So I'm saying find out what happened yesterday. And how do I refer to yesterday in my content? I want to open a bracket and I want to use dynamic content. I want to say add days, add days, right? See, I say add days. What date am I adding? Yesterday. I want to say add yesterday, add now, then -1. This is not compulsory for now. You can just say find out what happened yesterday and all that. But I want it to know that yesterday is now -1, meaning yesterday, so that it will be giving me accurate information. So that is what I put in the content. Find out what happened yesterday, and that is add days now -1. That will be yesterday. And put together the news. Okay, and put together the news on automation. That's all. So I am done with the first. I'm done with the first module, and this is user role. Then I say save. So I am done with the first one. So this perplexity is what will set the ball in motion. This is what will look for the news everywhere. It will look for the news everywhere. And after getting the news, it should send it to ChatGPT. So I'll click on add another module, and then I'm adding ChatGPT. Then I'm creating a chat completion. Then you connect ChatGPT also to your account. So you click on add if you haven't done that before, and it will request for your API key. And you can also get your API key from OpenAI. I already talked about that in the previous videos. Or you can just go to ChatGPT, OpenAI, you will see where to get the API key. And the model I want to use, I can use just 4 or anything here. So let me just use the 4, which is the latest. Not the latest again now. So I'm choosing GPT-4. I will also need to add the system and the user. So I want to tell it what to do with the news that must have been fetched from Perplexity. So Perplexity will fetch the news, ChatGPT will work on the news. That's what we're doing. So the first message I'm adding is, oh, now act as the user, rewrite the news from Perplexity. So I still want to say you are a tech news content creator on automation. You see, on automation, that's what I say. And I want to say summarize this article. Don't forget that Perplexity will scrub the web for many news. News, it could be like 20 or 30 different headlines and all that. So I want ChatGPT to help me summarize it. So summarize this article. Where is the article? The article should be what? What is coming from Perplexity. So we go to choices, message, and then the content. So it is dynamic. So anytime we run it, it will fetch the news from Perplexity and summarize it. Okay. I also want to say add relevant URLs. Maybe in my post, I want it to add relevant URLs. Okay. That's what I want ChatGPT to do. That's all. Then I'll save. So, Perplexity, get the news, OpenAI, summarize the news from Perplexity, and then what's the next thing? Because I want to post to two different platforms at the same time, Facebook and Instagram. I'm posting to two places at the same time. So I want to use a model called router. Router can allow me, branch it out. I want to branch it. See router now. I want to branch. So I want to use a router. See, we have different repeater, iterator, array aggregator, and then the router. So I just want to use the router. You see now that I have like two different ports going out now because I wanted to do two things simultaneously. So I will dedicate one for Facebook, the other for Instagram. So let's do Facebook first. So this should be my Facebook. Click on it. The summary is coming from ChatGPT. Summary is coming from ChatGPT. So I want to tell it the limits that it should take to Facebook and the format that the write-up should take. You don't want to post like the same format to Twitter or X now. It has a limit if you are still using the free X. So you might want to limit it to the 140 characters, or is it 148 characters? If you are posting on TikTok, that has to be like a video or something. So this is the reason why I'm branching it out. I don't want it to follow the same format that it will do for Facebook, for IG. So ChatGPT is still what I want to use to rewrite whatever must have been summarized to now suit Facebook. So I'm saying create a completion, right? And I'll still connect to my ChatGPT. We know how to do that now. So the only thing I want to add here now is how do you write on Facebook? That's just what I want to put. So I'll change the model. Any model is fine. I'll just use 4, and then I'll set the user. This is where I put the instruction that it should follow. Add a message and act as a user. And what will be the content? The content is still the same thing. You are a social media content creator on automation. Okay, right? So similar thing. Create a Facebook post, you see, from this summary. So where is the summary coming from? From the first ChatGPT, and that will be under choices, message, and content. You see, I want it to be dynamic. So do this for me. So this is what I want to put in my Facebook. Then I want to add instruction. Do not exceed 500 characters. I don't want it to be too long. Do not exceed 500 characters. Then add hashtags. That's just what I want. Add hashtags. Then do not add URL. Maybe I don't want it to add URL. If you want it to add URL, put it there. Or let me just say add relevant URL. Add relevant URL. So Facebook is done. I'll save my ChatGPT. So the next thing will now be what? We'll add a module for Facebook. So I'll look for Facebook here. And what are we doing on Facebook? We want to post on Facebook. See the different Facebook that we have here. Facebook catalog, Facebook insights, Facebook messenger, if you want to set up a flow to respond on your behalf. So I want to post on Facebook page. So for now, you can post directly on your personal account. If you want to do that, you are going to use something else. Maybe that will be another day. But tonight or this afternoon or this morning, it has to be on a Facebook page. And we want to create a post. Say, we want to create a post. So how do you add your Facebook connection to? The same way, add, then it will create a Facebook connection, asks you to sign into your Facebook page and to make the connection. So I don't want to go through that again. I've signed in already. Oh, I've clicked on something now. So it's want to at least do that at all costs. Let me just stop it. Okay, so I've signed into my Facebook already. It will now list out all the pages that you serve as the admin under pages. You see, it has listed all the pages that I act as the admin. So I will post on Third Prime Hub here. So I'm posting on Third Prime Hub. I've selected the page here, Third Prime Hub. And what will be the message? Anybody want to guess what will be the message? So what should be the message that will be posted on my Facebook? Where is the message coming from? Anybody? So where should the message come from? Let me just close this again. Follow this. So this is the last module before Facebook. So where should Facebook get the message from? The message will be from the ChatGPT. And what it will be the message? Whatever is coming out from ChatGPT. And we'll go to choices, message, and then content. Your Facebook, the connection on Facebook is seamless. It will tell you how to do that. It will tell you how to do that. Once you click on add connection, it will, and you can always check this online help here. So this online help will tell you the step by step how to connect to different modules. Yes, Abiodun is correct. Is whatever is coming in from ChatGPT, and then you will pick it from what you have here and say choices, message, and then whatever content that is coming in from ChatGPT, and then we save. As it is, we are done with Facebook. You see, we're done with Facebook. We can still rename all our, no. Let me delete this. Delete. We can rename all our modules. You see that I have two different ChatGPTs here, and I'm still going to add two more here. To avoid confusion, you can always right click and rename. So if you rename OpenAI, I can say Facebook, Facebook Chat GPT, so that when I'm picking something that is dynamic, I won't be confused because I'll be having more Chat GPT modules here. But I really want to know that this one is Facebook, this one is IG. So from here to, we will create another Chat GPT, and we want to create a completion again, connect to my ChatGPT API, and then tell it how to write for Instagram. You see the reason why I'm not using the same output for both social media. I want that of IG to be different from that of Facebook. It's the same content, right? But I just want it to write it in a way that is suitable for IG. In fact, I want it to add an image with the text. So the user here, the model, like I said, pick any model. You'll be paying for this model after you're done with the free one that OpenAI must have given you. But I tell you, it's small money. I've been using this for a while now. I'm not sure I've used up to $1, and it's over like 3 weeks already. And I run flow like every day. So it's not something that is very expensive. So here I'll say add a row and then user. Then the content should be every what we've been writing. Yeah, social media content creator for Instagram. You see, for Instagram. Okay, so create posts from the same source, from ChatGPT. So create it from here, choices, message, content, so that it's going to be the same content but different formats. One will be longer than the other. So you get the gist now from this. Okay. All right. Then I want to say, okay, don't exceed a certain number of character too. I can even add your audience are young entrepreneur who are looking into automating their business workflow, so that whatever is writing, it will write something suitable, something to meet the needs of these people. So I did this. Then I can also say do not exceed, maybe I just want to say 300 characters. So this one is for the text. I will do another one for the image. So I'm saving the first ChatGPT module for IG. So here, let me rename it and say this one is IG1. Okay. Then I want to add another ChatGPT to create the image. So I'm adding another ChatGPT to create the image. But this time around, we're not going to use the same create a completion that we have been using. We are going to use create an image. That's what we are going to be using. Create an image is what we need here. So we need to create an image. So where are you? Edit an image, generate an image. So this is what we want. Generate an image. All along, we've been using create a completion prompt. But this time around, we want to generate an image that will go together with the text, and then it will be posted on IG. The model for images from ChatGPT are DALI 2 or DALI 3. So let me just use 3. And then the prompts, again, the prompt will be create appropriate image from the content that has been drafted for it. So that's just what I want to put here. I'll say create an image from this text, and I'll put the text from IG here. Choices, message, content. You see, I said create an image from text, the text that has been created specifically for it. Then I say do not include text in the image. We already have text, and we know that AI to a large extent is not that very cool when it comes to adding text to images. It's getting better, but it's not there yet. Okay, it's not there yet. So it will still write something else there. So I said don't include text at all in the image. We don't even need it again. We already have the text to go with the image. Then I can as well say image requirements. I want to specify the requirements. I want to say maximum file size. It should be, maximum file size. Maybe I just want it to be 4 MB, depending on what you want, right? Then I want to say aspect ratio. So the aspect ratio is how I want it. So I want must be within 4.5 and 1 let's do 191, depending on what you want. Anyway, range. Then I want to say minimum weight. All these are just extra. So depending on what you want, minimum. Okay, minimum weight should be, we can do 320, and then maximum can be 144, maximum 1440. So this is even okay. I just, depending on what you want, and I want to say it should be a JPEG. Okay, format, I can just say the format should be JPEG. So this is all for my image. Then I'll okay. And the last but not the least is our Instagram. So we can look for Instagram module here and create a photo post and create a photo post. So if I click on create a photo post, I'll connect to my Facebook. Don't forget our Facebook and Instagram, they are together. So you connect to your Facebook and it will list out all the pages that you manage to. So I'm posting on Third Prime Hub also. Then it is now requesting for where the photo is. Let me show you something. All these modules, let me start from the beginning. All these modules, you can easily check what has been generated when you run each. For example, if you run this now, you can check what is there. You can check the output. So all the modules there will create an output and you can reuse the output in your flow. So the posts coming in from this ChatGPT will create an image, because this one is, let me make it bigger. This one is generate an image, and the output will be in form of a URL where the image is stored. So Instagram will now need to fetch the image from the URL. That is why you have photo URL here, and it is dynamic. You are not looking for it yourself. Just check the generate image dynamic content from ChatGPT and you will see data here. If I expand the data, see URL here. And if you click on the URL, it will tell you that, oh, what you're looking for has been generated from ChatGPT. See data URL, and it has added data URL here. So this is where the image is stored. We are done with the flow. See what we've done? We just need to set the timer here. It's not the timer, right? We can just set the flow, set the ball in motion and say, I want this to run every 15 minutes. If you want to be posting this like every 30 minutes, and people will just be like, where is this guy saying all the things he's posting and all that, even when you're sleeping, it is posting on your behalf. So this is the flow. I will walk through it again, right? I'll just run through it again. So you're welcome, Femi. Mike, don't worry, you'll get it. The recording is there. So again, what we are doing today is we want to create a social media automation. We want to get information from Perplexity, check the web. Perplexity has Perplexity News, right? So it will fetch the news on a particular niche that you want to be posting about. So if I went to Perplexity, connected to my account, then gave it a system prompt that you are a tech content creator who loves sharing breaking news on automation. So I want my post to talk about the most recent, the current, the trending news. I don't just want to be late to anything. I don't want to be posting something that everybody must have talked about. So I said, you love sharing breaking news on your niche. Find daily news on automation, which is my niche, right? Then I added today is now. This now is dynamic. If you pick calendar here, you will see the variables that are available. Now, meaning now. I added user content that find out what happened yesterday. Above is system prompt. This is what you are, but this is now what you should do. What you should do is that go back to yesterday as a tech content creator, grab everything from here. I'm using Perplexity module. That's the first one here, Perplexity module. So then I said, grab whatever you could find yesterday. Okay, and that's the first module. The second module is whatever must have been fetched from Perplexity, now rewrite it, put everything together, because they will come in bits from Perplexity. They will just be like news one, news two, news three. It could be 10 news, right? Take everything into ChatGPT and then summarize the article. So summarize the article as one. Summarize the articles as a single post. If you want it to break it, fine, but let's just say summarize it. And that's all. The next one is a router because we want to do two things simultaneously. One will be for the Instagram, the other will be for Facebook. So we added a router module and then added another ChatGPT module. And this time around, we gave it a prompt, a user prompt for Facebook. And I said, you are a social media content creator on automation. Create a Facebook post. Do not exceed 500 characters. We added it specifically for Facebook. And then we connected to Facebook and said it should fetch whatever that is coming in from ChatGPT inside the choices, inside the message, then you pick the content. That is what you should post. We replicate the same thing for Instagram, added a ChatGPT module and said, you are a content creator, you want to create a post for Instagram, make sure that you do not exceed 300 characters. If we are doing X or Twitter, you tell it the limit. If you're doing LinkedIn, you tell it what you want. LinkedIn, you can write a whole lot there. So you can still add another line here for LinkedIn, add another one here for Instagram, another one for TikTok, and there is one module that can take care of almost everything. That's Social B. So if you have Social B accounts, you can add up all your accounts on Social B. So when you come to make, you will just use one module, which is Social B. So this one is the normal post. Then the second one we added here is to create an image, to generate an image. And then we said create an image from the text coming from the first ChatGPT that we said should not be more than 300. And we gave it the size limits. We said the minimum weight, the format should be JPEG. And the last module here is now connect it to Instagram. So you are connecting to Facebook when you're connecting to Instagram. It will list out all the pages you manage. So I picked the one I'm posting to, which is Ted Primal. And then where is the message coming from? From the generate an image. So you come to data and then you pick the URL, because the image will be stored in the URL. So this is the summary of what we've done, right? So thank you, Adebi and TechWise. Thank you. We're done now. So let me run it and I will show you the post. So see, it is saying that add date with error. You will be getting this a lot by the time you start creating something. So that means something is wrong with what we have in there, and then we need to fix it. So I'm saying today is now. I think it's complaining about the add days here. So it's saying something is wrong here. So I opened a bracket and then I said add days, opened another bracket, then now and then column, and then yes, this is where -1 should be, not outside. Okay, so this is where -1 should be, not outside. Okay, so it is saying add this, add now, but with what? -1. So that is what will give us yesterday. So get everything that happened yesterday and then work with it. So it's loading now. I'll wait for it to run and then I'll show you the posts that it will make on my Facebook and my Instagram pages so that you see what we've done. But in case you want to ask questions as it is loading, it's almost done anyways. You can drop it in the chat. You can drop it in the chat, or if there is any use case that you want me to work on, you can as well drop that in the chat too. Akiwale, thank you too, right? Dele, thank you for joining. So if there is any question you want to ask, drop it in the chat. If there is any use case that you want me to work on next time, just let me know. So it's done posting on Instagram. Okay, it has done that of Facebook. Can you see everything is complete now? I was saying earlier on that you can check the output from each of the module. You can check the output from each of the module. Look at this one here, 1. If I click on that one, it will show me the output from Perplexity. And I will check under output. I will see choices, the plus sign there, the message, and the content. See the news from Perplexity. You see that it has fetched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from Perplexity. It has fetched all this from Perplexity. Then it took this to ChatGPT. Let's check the output of ChatGPT. Choices, message, content. You see now that ChatGPT has summarized it, it worked with it. Then let's check out the Facebook here, 500. You saw what we could find there, a whole lot. But because we said it should reduce it to 500, see the post that it came up with here, very small. And that is what will be posted on Facebook. Same thing here, the 300, say, and that is what will get into Instagram. For the image also, it will show us the image URL. It will show us the output here, data, content, and then this is the image URL. So it will always generate a URL where the image is stored. And you can copy this URL and check on the browser, it will show you the image. So let me go to my Facebook and Instagram and check out the post. Facebook first. Let me refresh. Yes, Adelani, you can do it on your own website. You just set up the web hook there. Can you see 2 minutes ago, right? 2 minutes ago. So this is the post. Because I say you should add relevant URL. It says your weekly automation rundown as at 23rd January 2025. You see, because I said go to yesterday, scrub everything and bring it here. And they say from Rockwell, New Prague, blah, 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 automation is thriving. And then it added hashtag. This is Facebook. Let's go to IG. Let me refresh IG too and see the latest posts on IG, whether it will add the image. Can you see the image here now? See the image. We'll check the timestamp 3 minutes ago. Can you see the image? It added the image to it. So we can do this automation, and then again, you might want to tell it to first of all show you the draft before posting. That's fine. Yes, Lawal, it depends on what you want. If you want to review it before getting there, you can, instead of posting to Instagram or Facebook directly, you can just put something here and say send to my mail first, or send to my WhatsApp first. Let me see. If it is fine on my WhatsApp, then you can go ahead and do it. This is one way that is better, right? You can put a mail here and say, send your draft to me by mail, and had another module before Facebook, another email module. The first one will be to send to your email. The second one will now be whatever it is inside your drafts or a particular folder, that is what should be posted out. I hope you understand what I'm saying. You can create a folder for posts on your email, instead of the normal inbox. You can create a dedicated folder for it and point your flow to that folder and say, post whatever you see in this folder, not just anything. So the first mail will be sent to your inbox. You will check it on your phone and say, this is fine. And then do what? Move it to that dedicated folder. Once it lands in that dedicated folder, then your flow will continue and then it will send it to Facebook. If you feel it is not good enough, maybe you edit it and send it yourself to your draft or your folder, and then the flow will continue. So that's one creative way of ensuring that you remain in the middle. So Lawal, that's one nice way you can do this. You can be in the middle, break it, because it makes a lot of sense, your question. I don't also just want ChatGPT to be posting on my socials without me checking whatever is going on. Okay, so Maiwa, can this be done on free mode? This is free. Make will allow you to do 1,000 operations. It will run like 1,000 times. For example, I've done once now. Let me check my uh, what I have left here now. So it will tell me how many. Oh, let me save this. It will tell me how many operations I have left. You know, so you can do 1,000 for free, but after 1,000, you will definitely need to subscribe. At least you want them to make money too now. Okay, so if you enjoy what you're doing, then you definitely want to subscribe. So you can jump on the monthly subscription and all that, and you're fine. It will tell you the number of operations your money can cover, so you can go with that. Okay. Tech-wise, on what platforms are all the modules being compiled? We are using make.com. So it is make.com. So we are using make.com. Would you like saying, let me go back to my scenario. About last week training, I want to know if I can restrict ChatGPT to pick from some particular email. Yes, of course, you will. What name did I even give what we worked on now? Of course, you will be the one to say, these are the kind of news that I want you to work on. You'll be this is the 24. You'll be the one to say, this is what I want, not just anything. So it depends on you. It depends on what you want. You can tell it the kind of news that you want. Okay, you can tell it the kind of news that you want. So this is what we've been able to do today. So you can check this out. You can try it out on your own and see if it work out fine. You can always drop your questions on my pages on Facebook on this video. I'll be able to respond there. So if you still have more questions, you can drop it. But if not, we just have 5 more minutes, and we'll come back next week and look at another use case, or I can as well show you how to create like a chat bot that will run on your website, and people can interact with the chat bot as if your customer service operator is there. Okay, but to run this fantastic scenario you just did, at a minimum, one will need a paid chat GPT, right? If you have not used up your free API units on ChatGPT, yes, you can do that. Another thing you can do is you can just put $5 in your ChatGPT API. This is different from you being a premium user, or what we call the plus user, that you pay $20 monthly. That's something else, right? API to let me show you that for the API you have open AI is it platform now? Yeah, I'll show you where that is. You have an amount there, and like I said earlier, it's not expensive. You can run it for entire 1 month and you're still within $5 or just one small, it's not that expensive. So Lawa, yes, if you have free ChatGPT, but you need to just put a certain amount on the API, if you've used up the free that they always give you. So let me just show you what I have here now. So API, under your API, you have a place where you can just put some money there for API. That is a place you just add your card and just put a certain amount that you want to use there. So it's not um, that expensive. Okay, but it depends on how you see it. If it's doing the job for you, that will allow you do more work, while you're sleeping, it's working for you. It depends, so you can weigh the options. So thank you, Adelani. Thank you, Elos, Maggie, and everybody. So we'll meet again next week. Like I said, if you have a typical scenario you want us to work on, you can just drop it in the chat and then I will check it out again. So thank you for joining. We'll see you again next week.